What is up, bosses? Nachum Klugman here, co-founder, CEO of Book Like a Boss, and I am super pumped and excited to bring you what is probably the biggest update we've done in the last 2 years, and that is custom landing pages. And I'll explain what that is, but I want you to understand that this is the first of about 5 major updates that will be coming over the next several months. And I gotta tell you, our vision when we started this a few years ago was something much deeper than just creating another calendar app. And with this phase one, with this release, you'll start to see really what we're aiming for, what we're going to. But there's still much more to come, and each phase will build on the last phase. But this is important. We wanted to give you unlimited landing pages, and I'll show you what that means. Before we do, I just want to show you a quick additional thing that we added into this update. A small request, but something that was requested. That is, you can now add more social media links: YouTube, website, Reddit, Pinterest. Website, you could just put any URL over there. Let's say you're an author and you have a book that came out. You could put a link to the page on Amazon, etc. But let's dig in, and we'll go to appointments first, show you how that works. Now, bear with me. There could be a few bugs, and we're putting out bugs as we find them. But I'll show you over here. Appointments, you'll see there's a new look and feel over here. And it wasn't until now that when you would have a light URL and a full URL. So the full URL, and I'll show you this here, it would bring in the header image, it would bring in the sidebar text, it would bring in the testimonials, the FAQs, the colors, the fonts. It would bring in everything from the main page, right? So if you click your main page, it basically brought everything in, and the only thing that you were able to customize here was this calendar area. But now and today I will go through with it. You could customize almost every section of this page to make it more unique to what you are showing. One thing you see here, you could change your title. The two things you can't change your profile picture, and you can't change your name. Because again, Book Like a Boss is meant for one person as of now until our team accounts come out. But you can change your title. So if you're a consultant, but you're also an author, so now you can create a page that's specifically about your book. And I'll show you how that works. Let's dig back in. So first of all, you could drag and drop the order, like always. Now the first one here, you'll see in settings here, you'll be able to show whether you want the first appointment to open up or not. So if you have multiple appointments in settings, you'll be able to say whether you want it. So let's say you click no, click save, and you go to your main page, because this is really for the main page. So you'll see that we only, over here, you only have the headers for your appointments, and you have to click one in order to open up the calendar. But if you want the first one to open up as a calendar, just click settings, click yes, click save, and now you'll see that when you refresh the page or you come to here, so the first appointment that you picked, it'll automatically load the calendar for that appointment. And of course, you could just click to switch the calendar for the other appointment that you've done. Okay, but let's dig in a little bit more. You can edit it, which we'll get to, duplicate it, like always, and you could delete it. And of course, you could click here to add a new appointment, which works basically the same way. But let's go back to editing first. So let's edit appointment, this free 15-minute consultation. Over here is where you can change the light and full URL text. So let's say you want to do 15, and you want to call it 15 free. And you'll do the same thing with the full URL. Do that, just make sure you click Save Changes. And now you'll see that the links, and we have a preview button over here, so you don't have to keep going back. You could preview the light URL, the full URL, and it is now 15 free. Which you may not be able to see in this video, but that it does work, and that's how it works. You'll see now also, and let me show you. Actually, we'll go to profile details. You'll see these buttons that say global. Whenever you have global and you have global checked, this is very important. This means it'll bring in whatever you set up for your main page. So if you don't want to customize text, that's how it'll work. It'll just bring in the global information that you had already done. If you want to have customized text, for example, you'll see here I put in author, right? But if we click global and you click Save Changes, and let's preview it. It's going to bring in your title from the main page, Business Coach for Startup Founders. But if you unclick global, it'll then bring in the title specifically for this free 15-minute consultation. Just make sure you click Save Changes and Preview. And you see it'll bring in that title for that. And that's how global works. Global, if you click it, it'll bring in what you had last time. If you don't, let's say over here, like global, let's say you don't bring in About Me text, which it already was, but whatever, I'll show it to you. So you'll see that there's no About Me text on this page. And I'll show you real quick also, because actually we'll go through it. We'll show you some other things you could do over here. This is the sidebar text. You can put custom sidebar text. That's the text that'll be over here. I'll just show you sidebar. You click global, click Save Changes. We'll refresh this page. And you'll see it'll bring in the sidebar text from the main page. So if you don't want to change that, you don't have to. Let's go to cover media. Here you can now change your cover photo. So this is really cool. Just click that, and we'll choose a photo. Take bookings, make money, click confirm. Click Save Changes. And now you'll see that this banner will now change. We'll just refresh it. Okay, it didn't change, and you know why? Who was paying attention? Because global was still clicked. So you got to unclick it, Save Changes. And I made that mistake a few times, so you'll first check that if you make that same mistake. Make sure it's unchecked. Make sure you saved it, and now when you refresh it, you'll see that new header photo specifically for this appointment. So you have unlimited appointments, unlimited packages for those that have packages in their plan, and you'll be able to customize each one with a different cover photo. Same thing with the YouTube video. You can just take a YouTube video, put in the URL here, Save Changes, and make sure the global is unchecked. For now, if you click Save Changes and you refresh, it'll remove it because you don't have another one. And as you can see, the video is gone. But now you can have that header video and cover video, cover photo and cover video for every specific appointment and package, which I think is pretty awesome. Let's go text colors and fonts. So too with text customizations, you can either pull in the global settings that you did over here in text colors and fonts, or each section on each appointment, each package you could customize, which is brilliant. And you can do the same thing for mobile and tablet customizations. If you want that to look different, because maybe you need shorter text than you would on a full page. Right? Color customizations. So you could pull in the global colors, or you could change the color of every single page. And again, I'm not going to go into too much detail now because there's a lot to cover, and I'll create separate videos for this. But just showing you what could be done, and same thing with the emails that go out. Again, you could just cut. The easiest thing to do is keep the global settings if you want everything to look uniform. But if you want to have custom colors for the emails that go out, or custom colors for your pages, you can now do that. And just show you over here a font also. You can change the font. So if you don't want to use the global font, let's say for some strange reason you want to use Comic Sans, I'll show you that works. Click Save. So this is the font before, and we're going to click that. And now you see you have Comic Sans. So you could create different fonts, different colors, different background images to every single page that you are now creating. I think it's brilliant. There's going to be so much opportunity here for you guys to do, to earn more money, to make more bookings. I'm very excited about it. Really, the only things you can't change are the profile picture and your name over here, and the footer always stays the same throughout. Otherwise, pretty much everything else you can make your own. Let's go back. We don't want to leave a Comic Sans because we'll do Laura, because I have no idea what that is. Same changes. All right. Let's go to testimonials also and FAQs. So now you can have custom testimonials. For example, if you wrote a book and you're an author, so now you can, instead of using global testimonials, first of all, if you unclick it and there's no testimonials, click Save Changes. You now have a little bit of a cleaner page. We'll preview that. And you'll see that there's no, you'll see that there are no testimonials. And the same thing with FAQs. If you don't do the global, click Save Changes. And we'll just refresh this. And so now you just have that appointment. Now, of course, everything you do, hold on, actually, we'll get to that in a second. But first, if you want to add a testimonial, just click Add Testimonial, put in the name. Now, you're not going to be able to put the photo in this stage, but you'll be able to do it, let's say, David, and we'll put a CTO here. I'll just put a description. Again, I'm doing this fast just to show you how it works. Once you click Save, you'll now have it, and over here is where you can add the photo. So, you know what, we'll add a photo real quick, show you how that works. So you can now have custom testimonials for each and every page and appointment. Again, it's just powerful stuff here. We'll put her face in, crop it, upload. Click Save Changes, and it looks like David, right? Click Preview, full URL, and you'll see the testimonial is over there. And of course, things work the same way with light pages. If you customize the colors, you customize the light pages will bring in the customization that you did on the colors and the font and the title. So even your light pages will look more unique to that specific thing you're doing. Okay, let's see what else I could show you over here. So now we put, remember these up here, we added them to the top. So you could still use global settings for your calendar, or you can use custom settings. If you want to set your availability, you're closed Sunday, Monday you're open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, let's say you get out early, 3:15, click Save These Settings, and boom, you now have your default availability for this specific meeting. And of course, add dates. If this is only open from a specific date, right? Created the date range, now it'll only be available for that date range. Works brilliantly. Of course, the custom fields you could still do, like it worked before, and the same thing with reminders. But here gets a little different. We added a new thing, custom emails. This was also another big request because you were able to add text. If you remember before, in the text, colors, and fonts, you're able to add text to all the emails that went out, but you weren't able to make it for a specific appointment or package. But now, for example, for this 15-minute consultation, let's say this consultation is an in-person consultation, right? So the confirmation email, you may want to put something like meeting in person at my office. And then you can put a link to you can put the address, you can put a Google map link, whatever you want to do here. Make sure you don't have global link, click Save Changes, and now you customize that email. And you can do that for confirmation emails that go out, rescheduled emails, rescheduled requested, reminder emails that go out, pending, offline payments. That is just the text that goes out if you accept offline payments. So now you can put, hey, please remember to bring cash or a check or the transfer the money before the appointment, whatever message you want to go out for any package, I should say, that goes out where you're taking offline payments. Okay, which, you know what, let's go to products and services because that works much the same way. Again, you have the drag and drop, you have the different packages. You can add a package here. Now, when you add a package or an appointment, so until you create a title, let's say, I don't know, 1 hour consulting gig. right? Until you save changes, you need to create a price and a duration before you could save it. If you don't save it, then you just go back and you'll see it's not there. And then you'll have to do it again. But if you do, you have to put in these 3 things first in order to save it. So 1 hour consulting gig, and we'll put a price as $200, and it's a 1 hour consulting gig. Click Save Changes, and boom, now you have it. Now you can customize the URL. You can put in the description, and of course change all these things, the redirect URLs, the button text that you could change, auto redirect, hide it from your main page. And again, you click on all these little blue buttons to show you specifically how that works and what to do. That seems to be a little bug we'll take a look at. And of course, your connected calendars you could choose specifically for this package. Anyway, that is really the overview. I wanted to give you guys something quick so you can see what's going on here. We're still working on a few bugs, but it is now live. Let us know your thoughts. This is a pretty big game changer, and you'll see, the next few weeks we're going to be launching another major update, which is going to make this even more powerful. Super pumped and excited. Much more to come. Thank you so much for being a boss, and please let us know your thoughts.